This morning, we're going to begin our official program with a special welcome message from Provost Clarenda Phillips. I think many of you have already met Clarenda yesterday, either in her office hours or perhaps you participated in one of the icebreaker sessions. So if you haven't met Clarenda yet, you are in for a real treat this morning. So Clarenda, Deshauna, thank you both very much for being with us this morning. I will go ahead and turn it over to you.
Thank you. And as much as I hate to, right, I do have a PowerPoint, and so I'm not going to start there. Usually, right, and as I say, we will say this all this semester. Usually, what happens at this time of year, right? But usually, what happens at this time of year, we would actually be in person, and the PowerPoint would just be behind me for something else for you to look at beyond me. But we will get there in just a minute. So I am Clarenda, and I am privileged to serve as your provost. I have been here more than 2 years, and it has been a thrilling ride. It has been a wonderful adventure. And so I'm looking forward to what's next. And I'm welcoming you to the Islander community, the Islander family. We are here because we are passionate about students and helping them achieve their goals. And you'll hear that again during the faculty and staff meeting. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. As I said to some of you yesterday, I'm just glad you said yes. We have chosen you because we see what you can bring to the island and to the student experience. We believe in you and your intellect and your energy. And we will be a better place because you're here. And at the same time, we are thankful that you have chosen us. We know that you did not have to. There are other places you could have gone and invested yourself wholly, but we are grateful that you have said yes to us. And so with that, I like to sort of start off getting to know you, and I know we're not all on camera, and so I will have to go probably down the list. But I have a question for you, and that question is, just to get started before the PowerPoint is, what is your superpower? What is your superpower? And for those of you that watched my getting to know you slide, you will not be surprised to hear that I think my superpower is that I am a dream enabler. So that's my superpower. When I hear people have dreams and goals, I like to figure out how to help them achieve their dreams and goals. So I think that's my superpower. I have, this, and it doesn't have to be anything. I'll stop there. I won't define it for you. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go. Well, I will do Kelly and Brittany first, and Deshauna. So that gives you some time to think about what it is you think your superpower is, or what it is you want to share, because your superpowers change. Some days my superpower is that I'm a great listener, right? So we can flex with this. So Kelly, what's your superpower?
I would have to say that my superpower is optimism.
Brittany.
I think my superpower is rolling with the punches.
Deshauna.
I think my superpower is being able to keep multiple plates in the air, like how people are spinning multiple plates.
That's probably accurate, especially this week. I'm sorry for those of you that, I'll share more about Deshauna in a moment. And so I am going to go through, and some of you have names, some of you, the name you have displayed may not be the name you choose to go by, but please feel free to introduce yourself, your program, your department or program location, as well as your superpower. And so, Dana.
Unmuted. There we go. I'm Dana Forgione in the College of Business. I just joined as the Neil Coonrod Endowed Chair in accounting. My area is healthcare financial management. I think my strengths are I love teaching, I like writing, and I'm a good listener.
Thank you. Kevin. I'm going in order of what's on my screen. I'm sorry. That's not really alphabetical, but Kevin.
Fine. Good morning. Kevin Basner. I am assistant professor in the College of Education and Human Development in the Education Leadership Department. I think my superpower is I can make something beautiful or delicious, depending on what it is, out of the minimalist amount that's available to me.
Beautiful or delicious. Okay, we look forward to that.
Renovated a house and made some great meals from nothing.
Good, good. Susan. I think it's Susan Guthrow, is it?
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah. Hi, I'm Susan Guthrow. I will be the new assistant professor of voice in the music department. And my superpower, one of my superpowers, is being able to say the alphabet backwards really fast, faster than anybody can say it frontwards.
Jarrell, you're in the provost's office, but you're in the room, so I get to call on you.
So I'm Jarrell, and I believe you kind of said my superpower. I think I am a good listener. I do like listening to folks. I like listening to stories from folks. So
Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Gonzalez. I am the new assistant professor of dance in the Department of Theater and Dance. I'd say my superpower since becoming a mom is probably patience and enthusiasm.
And it'll be interesting if some of you have the same first names, but so far we're good. Sean.
There we go. Good morning. I'm Sean McCracken. I'm a new assistant professor of terrestrial ecology in the Department of Life Sciences. Although I do most of my work up in the tree canopy, it's still considered terrestrial. And I would say my superpower is resourcefulness.
Okay. Amber.
Oh, that's me. I'm Amber. I am a new assistant professor with the College of Education in early childhood. And my superpower is remaining calm no matter what chaos is going on around me or what stress. It's pretty hard to ruffle my feathers. So that has served me well in the classroom.
And has served well during this time, I'm sure.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you. And is it Ariel?
I actually go by Allie, but I'm the newest professional assistant professor in history, US and Texas. And my superpower is empathy. I'm really good when students are having struggles that we can find a way to direct you to resources that can help.
Thank you. Ashley.
Yes, hi, I'm Ashley Vogt, and I'm the new assistant professor of special education. I want to say partly because of being a special education teacher, but then also now a mother, I think my superpower is to anticipate challenges or problems and then circumventing that. So having contingency A, B, C already planned out before anyone even thinks about A. So.
Thank you. Carlos.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos Rubio. I'm an assistant professor, computer science. I think my superpower is I'm really good at listening to people, and I've noticed that people, well, I usually force people to think really carefully, to engage into meaningful conversations, perhaps intellectual conversations, when they notice that I spend a lot of time at school and I really don't want to get out of it. They they feel like forced into engaging into intellectual conversations with me, and that's really interesting. I really enjoy that.
Thank you. Chen?
Hi, everyone. My name is Chen. I'm also from the computer science department. I'm the new assistant professor. And so I guess my superpower is I'm good at discovering people's bottom lines. So how the people are good at, because everybody has different things to be good at, right? And you can start from here to motivate their doing research, doing study, things like that, and people are gonna happy, student gonna be happy, and that's what I'm doing when I was doing the TA when I was in the PhD students, and that's a student like me a lot. I guess that's my superpower. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris? Chris, you are unmuted, but we cannot hear you. All right, we'll come back. We'll come back. Oh, well, Chris, try again. All right, we'll come back. Colin.
Colin Scarrance, Department of Psychology and Sociology. I think I'm going to go with persistence as my superpower. Yeah, it's really important in academia that you be persistent with everything. So.
Yeah, you must have grit. That is true. Yeah. Hassan?
Hello. Yeah, my name is. I go with Zafer actually. That's the reason I suddenly, didn't realize that. My name is Zafer Yüksel. I'm a new assistant professor of finance, and my superpower actually, I was going to say persistence, but Chris already told that. So let me say. I am proud that I am hardly give up. So I work hard, and I even though my co-authors thinks that the paper is not going anywhere, but I always work a little bit further and try to get some ideas done, and yeah, I guess that's my superpower. Thanks.
Thank you. Joshua.
Morning, everyone. My name is Josh Delweiler. Yeah, Josh is fine. I'm the new assistant professor in graphic design in the art and design department. I'd say a superpower of mine is just solving puzzles or problems. I feel like that's a lot of what I do in my job and every day. And COVID teaching is more of the same. Yeah.
It is more of the same. Thank you. Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz Peterson. I'm a new assistant professor in music education and music appreciation. And my superpower is sort of a combination of some of the ones that have already been said. So I think listening and empathy. I find that people like to come and tell me their stories. So they must think that I am a good listener and a good person to sort of share those pieces of their life with. So listening and empathy.
Thank you. Manuel.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Manny Pena. I'm joining the College of Liberal Arts in the writing department. And my superpower is getting students to see themselves as writers and believe in themselves as writers.
In this day and age, that is indeed a superpower.
Hi,
Marco.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Marco Munoz. I'm assistant professor of theater for the Department of Theater and Dance. And I would say my superpower would be adaptability and collaboration. In this times, you got to evolve and always look for a new way to change with your students and be able to maintain those relationships with the faculty and everybody around you. And I would say those are mine. So thank you.
Maria.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me? Perfect. Thank you. Yes, my name is Maria Mata. I will say my superpower is to be there for my students. I love to help my students and colleagues, my coworkers. I am the new instructor for Spanish. I have been teaching for Texas A&M for 12 years, and I will be full-time, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you so much.
Longley, S. Long.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Yes. Good. All right. The next person, I don't have a first name. Now, I see you though.
Yep, it's me, and I'm Susan. So, good morning, everybody. I'm a new faculty member in the psychology and sociology department. And I would say my superpower is problem solving.
Thank you. Sandy.
Hello, everybody. Can you see me? All right. Well, it's good to see you. I'm Sandy. I actually joined Tamusisi in the spring semester. So it's great that I can actually join this orientation to get to know people better and get to know more about this beautiful campus. And I'm actually based at the Rallis campus, so in College Station, but I got a chance to visit Corpus Christi campus last January, and I really enjoyed it. I just wish I could actually go down there more often. I'm a new assistant professor of marketing, so I'm from the College of Business. And I guess my superpower would be my passion for people. So I really enjoy interacting with people, listening to my students, and really just help them achieve their potential. So I think that would be my superpower. Thank you, everybody.
Sarah. That's Sarah Gonzalez.
Me? Yes.
Oh, that's because now I'm. No, you're fine. I'm sorry. I was going by pictures and now I'm over here, in the participants list. Got you. No problem. So I'm going to skip Sean, right? So S. Martinez.
Is that supposed to be me, Sandra?
Yeah, most definitely, Miss Sandra.
Hi, my name is Sandra. I work in the provost office, and I think my superpower is that I'm a good supporter to the people in my office. That's my superpower.
I'll give you that one. Thank you. Looks like, is it Rossi? Lima? All right, you can just start talking if you ever find audio. Terry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Terry. I am the new assistant professor in accounting with the College of Business. I think my superpower will be similar to one of the faculty mentioned earlier, like stay calm in crisis. I think I can be very rational just to analyze stuff, and sometimes my friends came to me and explain what happened. I would just be like a robot, a computer, analyze the pros and cons and just help them to make a decision. So I think with the COVID-19 and everything going on, unless it's life and death, nothing is really a crisis anymore.
And was it Chris we missed before? Okay. All right, we will keep Chris, if you have access to the chat. Hi everyone. Yeah. So I can read. So Chris is assistant professor in life sciences, as you all can read, and his superpower is being adaptable. Fantastic. Did I miss anyone? All right. So as I transition to the PowerPoint, what I would say is that we would need your superpowers in ordinary times, right? But these are extraordinary times, and so we will definitely be pulling our superpowers. We together, right? We can accomplish great things. We can accomplish unprecedented time. We can accomplish unprecedented things in this unprecedented time. And so again, thank you. And I look forward to getting to know you more, right? Getting to know you more. All righty. So can I now share my screen? Yes? Okay.
Yes, you have the ball. You should be presenter. You should be able to share your screen.
All right. Thank you. I have music in my head. All right, are we good to go? All right. And I will, I give you permission to turn your screen off. If you turn your camera off if you so choose. You have been on quite a bit in the past 2 days, and you will be on more so moving forward. And so this is a PowerPoint. And so if you want to take this time to sit back, you can make faces and no one will ever know, right? Welcome to the university. You all know I am Clarenda, and 2 years in, loving it, been there, we've discussed that, so I'm going to keep going. Maybe. All right, here we go. So these are things you may or may not know. So our current student to faculty ratio is 18-1. As when we started out, this university was an upper level university, but we have made it a priority to maintain small class sizes so that our students can have the most intensive and extensive learning experience as possible. And so clearly your addition to the campus allows us to continue offering those very meaningful learning experiences. We are the Islanders. Izzy is our mascot. And so as we celebrate athletics and other things related to athletics, you will see Izzy around, but we'll talk more about, we have 16 Division I sports. Does anybody know what the most recent one is? Which one we've added most recently? You just shouted out, right? Anybody? Soccer's a good guess, but no. Beach volleyball, woohoo! Okay, so just so you know, I am a woohooer, and so don't be put off by my woohoos, right? Every once in a while you'll be like, oh my gosh, she's woohooing. That's just when I get excited, I woohoo, right? All right, so it is beach volleyball, and so we have a wonderful pavilion downtown, the downtown area off the bay where our beach volleyball team is in competition. The official school colors, blue and green. Get you some, show your spirit, right? We have been named the best university by the sea. Hawaii, California, Florida, they have nothing on us, right? Universities in those states have nothing on us. We are the best university by the sea, not just because it's a beautiful location, but because we offer high quality academic programs in our location, including marine biology. So you can see our top undergraduate majors, of course, nursing, biomedical sciences, kinesiology, and biology. But we also have phenomenal programs outside of the STEM fields because of the way Texas has thankfully organized its UIL program. We have fantastic programs in the arts as well. When you hit enter and nothing happens. And just to give you a little bit of flavor for academic affairs and sort of the reporting structure and all the individuals that will be available to assist you and our students, Dr. Amy Aldridge Sanford is the Associate Provost who oversees international education, the Center for Faculty Excellence, which includes Kelly Smith or is led by Kelly Smith, not just includes, right? Student Athlete Academic Services. Yes, our student athletes are advised and within academic affairs, and we appreciate that connection. Also, new degree programs and curriculum and catalog administration. So if you want to develop a new course, if you want to develop a new program, Amy is your contact person in addition to things related to international affairs and, of course, faculty development. Margaret Deckent is Associate Vice President for School and Community Relations. So she is our connecting point to the community. She serves on countless boards and makes sure that we are represented in the community, but she also works to make sure the community comes to the campus. We want to make sure that that bridge has traffic both ways, and Margaret has been working on that for the past a little more than a year. She's also in charge of our Islander Family Weekend, which is part of our Student Success Initiative. Jerry Moreno is over the Center for Academic and Student Achievement. So when you think about tutoring, supplemental instruction, peer mentoring, probation and suspension services, and of course, all of our early warning and alert systems. So if you have concerns about students or you want to direct students to particular academic support services, then please send them to CASA and Dr. Moreno. Michael Rendon is the AVP who's over accreditation and assessment, Title IX academic issues, faculty searches and credentialing, and academic testing. And so you will, we just have gone through our SAC COC reaffirmation process, although the vote has not happened. It was a very good visit, and so we are thankful for the work of that office. And many of you would have had some contact or may have had some contact with Michael's office because of the faculty search process. I'll leave it at that. You will become familiar with Missy Chapa if you have not already as our university registrar. She's the one that makes sure that we get students what they need in terms of their academic records. If you have questions about FERPA, if you have questions about your courses, then please contact Missy. And as Kelly shared, when Missy sends an email, you need to pay attention. So if you get an email from the registrar, please respond, or at least read it, right? At least read it. So you've heard from Sandra Martinez, whose superpower is supporting others. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to Sandra. She'll get you connected and find the people and the answers that you need. So we also have Jarrell Benton, who's the special assistant. He is currently overseeing the student success initiatives, including academic advising. And you also met Deshauna Colvin, who is the communications coordinator, the one who is responsible for getting me to all my events and hosting many of the important events out of the provost office, including the promotion and tenure event and commencement, which is huge, right? So, and then Kevin Houlihan is our academic and administrative compliance manager. So he's our rules guy. So if you have any questions about rules, about, what's allowed, if, what is the promotion and tenure procedure, contact Kevin. He'll be your go-to. You have met your deans, but just to share with you the deans across the university, John Gamble is the Dean of Business. David Scott is the Dean of Education and Human Development. Mark Hartlaub, who you'll be hearing from next, is the Dean of Liberal Arts. Bunny Forgione, not Forgione, I was like Dana Forgione, the new faculty member. All right. So, but Bunny Forgione is the interim Dean of Nursing and Health Sciences. Frank Petzold is the Dean of Science and Engineering, and Melissa Gerald is the Dean of University College. And if you have questions as we go along, just type them in. Somebody will let me know there's a question, or you can shout it out. Karen McCaleb is our Dean of Graduate Studies, and Kate Radowski is our Dean of University Libraries. So as every university, we have campus traditions, and campus traditions are, I'm a sociologist, right? So for me, traditions are very much a part of culture. And so I'll just go through a few of our campus traditions, and I look forward to celebrating with you and engaging in these traditions with you. On the left side, homecoming. We celebrate homecoming around basketball because we do not have football, and I do not complain about not having football. Having been at football schools, it is nice to actually have basketball as sort of our center point for homecoming. And so homecoming generally has been a February event, which makes it nice. The weather is great, not so hot as it is now when other universities have homecoming. So men's and women's basketball sort of are our featured events for homecoming. And we also have an event called Lighting of the Eye, which brings people out on campus, their homecoming court, and we light the eye and celebrate being Islanders. In the middle, we have many giving events. So the first is Giving Tuesday. And so the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, we have traditionally volunteered in the community to accomplish, to help, agencies, our partners in the community accomplish their goals, whatever they may be. Last year, I packed, somebody else probably, Kelly, you were there. We packed bags. So we were feeding, I'm going to turn it over.
So we've done a variety of things. We've cleaned headstones at the Veterans Cemetery. We have taken care of animals at the one of the local rehabilitation centers, washing horses, etc. We volunteered at the animal shelter. We volunteered at the USS Lexington doing cleaning. We volunteered at the Ronald McDonald House doing cleaning. We've also packed boxes, pregnancy boxes at the Women and Men's Health Services. So it's just a really good opportunity to get involved with the community, but also find out what types of activities and services you can become more involved in as a part of your service component of promotion and tenure. So I have to shut up about it because we're a big recruiter for Giving Tuesday. So you'll definitely be hearing from us.
Thank you for saving me. So we also have the big event. Our holiday traditions, festivities center around Islander lights. I will have to pat myself on the back because that is my own picture of how we beautify the campus in November, December. And then we typically have an event called Tamalata, where university employees, they come out, we have tamales together, and it's just a time to celebrate being an Islander. Anybody who knows me knows that my favorite tradition, my favorite event is commencement. And I know every university has a commencement. But commencement is sort of that culminating event that reminds us why we are here. And so you'll see, we also have a ring ceremony. And so when students receive their class rings, they also are given a little sand dollar, and they can throw it in the fountain and make a wish, right? For what is yet to come in their lives. But we celebrate commencement 3 times a year, and at the American Bank Center, and we family and friends, and it's really about acknowledging the accomplishments of our students. Awesome. I will share briefly with you about COVID-19 plans. As some of you will not be teaching in person on campus, but this is just for you to have. The CFE does also have this information, and it is on the Academic Affairs website. The university does have a testing and contact tracing protocol. So we offer free testing to students and employees who are exhibiting symptoms or were exposed to someone who is COVID-19 positive. We have a contact tracing process. If you test positive or you report one of your students or colleagues has tested positive, it automatically triggers a process where we are tracking down who those individuals have been in close contact with. So I will say to you, it is mandatory that you report if you have tested positive for COVID-19. It is mandatory. If somebody else reports to you that they have tested positive, it is mandatory that you report it. We will keep information confidential, but we want to keep the university community safe. We want to keep the university community safe. We don't know how long COVID-19 will be with us in one form or another, but the health and safety of you and the entire community is at the forefront of our sort of safety protocols as we move forward and continuing offering a high quality education to our students. So the contact tracing process is in place. Please allow the process to work. I know so often we want to get out and we want to communicate to everyone, hey, did you hear so-and-so tested positive? Please maintain confidentiality and allow the process to work. Inform students that they should complete the reporting form, report positive cases. I'm repeating things, I know. And then contact tracing will notify those that have come into close contact. And a close contact is someone that has been within 6 feet of someone else for at least for 15 minutes or more, right? It's not the close contact of a close contact. So the reporting information is there. As a faculty member, I have advocated for you to be able to send communication if you feel the need. And so this is a statement that you can send out to your students, although we would prefer that you allow the contact tracing process to work if you want to communicate to your students, especially, and this really applies to if you're teaching in person. If you're not teaching in person, if your classes are not meeting physically together, ignore this. All right. But this will be available to you. My hope is that none of you experience COVID-19. That you know, there are individuals that have tested positive and been asymptomatic and never developed symptoms, but we also know of those cases on the other end where COVID-19 as a virus, right, as many viruses have resulted in people losing their lives. My hope and prayer is that you stay well. You stay well, not only this semester, but you stay well for the rest of your lives. So, but if you do become sick, contact your supervisor, your department chair, and they will work with you to ensure that your responsibilities are covered. Right? If it's sometimes that we do have, it is possible that you may test positive but not develop symptoms. And so that you would be able to continue teaching your courses or engaging in your other faculty activities remotely. That is a possibility. But if you become ill and need to step away from your responsibilities, know that you have emergency sick leave and you should use it. If you are unwell, keep yourself as safe as possible, as well as others. If you have questions about this, please contact HR. They manage all of this. I'm not an expert in sort of HR or human resources, especially given this time when things are changing. If you come to campus starting today, tomorrow, today is Thursday, yes, you will see that many of our classrooms now have plexiglass shields. We have reduced the capacity of our classrooms. We're now between 30 and 40% in terms of classroom capacity. We have hand sanitizer and disinfectant readily available on campus. Make sure you pick up, if you're coming to campus, this is your individual disinfectant bottle, and you will also you can also pick up a face covering from the $1 office. You can access the draft syllabus statements. I've received many questions about attendance. You should have the attendance policy for your class as sort of the content requires. We know that there may be some absences. We know that students, whether because they're self-isolating or they're quarantining or they become ill or having to take care of a family member that's very ill, we know that absences may happen, and we ask for flexibility where possible. Working with students, there may be a need to give incompletes. There are some courses where missing class, especially several classes, would not allow students to master the material. Work with your department chairs or your other faculty mentors and leads on that. There's also a statement on class recordings. Resources everywhere. So, and we know we direct everybody to the website. If you're not finding the information that you need, please reach out. We will get you the information. There's an academic affairs at TAM-UCC email address. Sandra Martinez is also a great resource. So let us know how we can answer the questions that you may have. This slide is here because I'm supposed to offer comments, and I've offered many of those comments along the way at the beginning. Does anybody have a question? I'll pause for questions before I keep going. I'm reading the chat, taking a break. No questions? You're so excited that you can't imagine So I'll ask the question. For those of you that are teaching in person, well, let me ask this question. And how many of, if you've been to campus, if you've been to campus in the last week or so, can you let me know? Just say yes, I know it's Colin, okay. See raised hands, that's good. Somebody's using the technology. Carlos, Chris, all right. Amber, Terry, Evan, okay. Sean, Dixie. Do you have concerns that I may be able to address at this time? I always direct faculty to their department chairs and their deans, but if there are particular things you want to ask at this time, please do so. Sanitation supplies for dance spaces, that actually came up in the meeting I had with the department chairs, the monthly department chairs meeting yesterday. And so we are working on that to ensure that, and not just in the dance spaces, but also in all of the performing art spaces, whether it's music or dance. We want to make sure that we have plenty of sanitation supplies around. So I've been in communication with facilities to make sure that the sanitation supplies are available. And then in the dance spaces, trying to make sure that we have more regular cleaning. All of the classroom spaces will be cleaned at twice a day, but I understand that in sort of the dance spaces, we need more than twice a day. And so we will be working on that. So the disinfectant dispensers, I don't know which Dixie, which building were you in? Do you recall? So they have built them. They may not have placed them all around campus yet. I know I've seen the ones in the library.
The University Center. I was in there.
Oh, they should definitely be in the University Center. I will follow up. It is also the case. Go ahead. Sorry.
Are they on the wall, or that's what I meant? I didn't see them. Maybe I just didn't see them. So I was just wondering where they were.
So I took that picture down. It's actually a stand that has a paper towel dispenser at the top, a hand sanitizer unit in the middle, and a waste basket at the bottom. So it's a freestanding unit. It's also the case that for your personal disinfectant sprays, you can get access to those. You can, once you use it all up, both at the the sort of front desk welcome areas in Dugan University Center and the library, you can refill your personal disinfectant bottles. Yes, to the theater spaces. So the performing art spaces, we will make sure that we have adequate cleaning and supplies. All right. It's funny because when I was working on this presentation for today, but I said COVID, right? Or some in my community we call it the Rona, right? Has hijacked what would normally be my time to share with you and sort of give you a sort of a broader perspective about sort of the community that you are joining. But that's okay, because as somebody's superpower is, we're adaptable, right? And so in the midst of all that is going on, it's very important that you do take care of yourself, not just your physical health, but your mental health. Please take care of yourself. You can only, right, you can only invest in others if you invest in yourself. If you care for yourself, then you can care for others, including our students. Many of our students, it's still the case that many of our students, about 40% of our students are first generation students. So they will be coming to campus and they will not have any or very little familiarity with what it's like to be in college, to go to college. And so you become their primary resource and they will be taking their cues from you. And as much as possible, right, we don't do the work for them, but we do support them while they're making the transition to college. We do equip them to excel. And we do engage their minds. You also hear that, especially for those of you teaching first year students, that they lost their senior year of high school. And so there will be some adjustment, some additional sort of adjustments that we need to make for those students. But I believe that we can do it. I think it was Allison yesterday, the department chair of theater and dance, who said, you know, the motto for this semester is we'll figure it out. And my response to her is that we'll figure it out together, because that's what we do on this island, not just in COVID times, but generally, we figure it out together. Use your resources, use your colleagues, use your department chairs, your dean, but you also find yourself surrounded by staff members that are extremely knowledgeable about how to get things done. And so also don't hesitate to lean on your staff colleagues. And so I'll open it up to a few other questions, but let me just end with saying you are part of an incredibly talented, accomplished, and dedicated faculty. So welcome. Let me know how we can be supportive. You are in the right place at the right time, and I'm excited that you are here. All right, so with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Kelly, you can have it back and we can engage in dialogue for the time that we have left.
Clarenda, thank you. Thank you again for your time this morning. And I do want to echo the sentiment about being a part of a very dedicated faculty community. One of the best things about my job is that I get to work with the professional development side with faculty. And I've found over the past several years that our faculty are so invested in our students' success, and they are constantly striving to develop themselves and make themselves better. And so by joining this community, you are surrounded by so many experts who aren't just willing to share their expertise in the classroom, but also share their expertise with each other. So I hope that you find that very soon among your other colleagues. Were there any more questions for Clarenda? Woohoo!
Okay. I am excited. So we'll see what the fall semester brings.
Clarenda, we do have a question from Marco. He asks if there is an outbreak on campus, will all of the events, including fine arts performances, sports, etc., be brought to a halt?
I want to turn to Deshauna to answer this question. We are, because she's on the event, and I don't know if Brittany's on the event task force. Kelly, you are. So we are currently not having events, but I'm going to turn that over and let somebody else answer the question.
So right now we are in a modified phase 2. I'm not sure if the events task force has published the phases yet online, but we are in a phase 2, which is limiting the amount of face-to-face events that are taking place on campus. At this time, there are no external visitors allowed on campus, so anything that would be hosted in the Performing Arts Center that we usually invite the community to, at this time, we are not hosting any of those types of events on campus. So visitors are not allowed to campus right now as part of phase 2. We usually have theater performances, dance performances, musical performances in the PAC or the Warren Theater, and right now we're not going to have any of those to prevent any off-campus visitors from coming.
So several of the colleges and departments have purchased clear face shields. We have also requested that the university purchase the clear face shields. So if you're lecturing in person and you find that it is too difficult to speak through a cloth mask, or it's too difficult for students to understand you through the cloth mask, if you maintain 6 feet of distance, you will be allowed to use a face shield. And during that lecture, or and when I say lecture, I'm using lecture broadly, might be a demonstration or lecture time. So yes, face shields should be available. Check with your department chair or dean's office.